All Gonna Be There podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Hey,
What up?
What's up? Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Who All Gonna Be There podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. And don't this group chat got something to say? Something to
we got a lot to say.
Oh, I don't know where to begin. Where do we begin, y'all? Because
we made it to the end of the BBCAN season. Hey, before we get started, y'all know why we're here. We're talking about BBCAN. Before we even talk about the players, let me hype up the production value of these past 2 episodes. We had star-studded veto competition.
I ain't gonna lie,
we had a star-studded final HOH comp. Like, it could. How y'all doing, by the way? How y'all doing? Those listening, y'all too. Y'all doing good.
Sleepy.
He talking to the listeners. He ain't talking about you.
Oh, well, I am tired, sleepy. I'm about to do a 7-hour road trip in like a minute. So not a good idea. But I think I got me like an hour and a half nap, so hopefully that'll reboot me enough to hit the streets. But how are y'all feeling? How are y'all doing? Almost to the weekend.
Carrie said she was exhausted. Oh, Carrie. I did see you got flowers from a client. That was sweet.
Oh, she did? Come on, flowers.
So that's good. Flowers always make things better. But I'm okay. I think I'm equally as tired, to be honest. I just did a family session not too long ago myself, so it's like your boy is drained. Okay. But we're here.
Huh?
But we're here. Eli, you?
I'm tired of this BS. That's this show called Big Brother. No.
Listen,
it's always something.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's you know what? This might be my last ride with the show. I don't know. It's been a fun ride.
Having a fees is so exhausting, bro. It's so
because
exhausting.
I need to know whose pet dog, cat, fish, or hamster did Anthony step on in the jury house. That's what I need to know on the fees. Like,
Spices.
Show us the clips. Ooh. Show us the clips. Oh, thank you, Gary. We made it, girl. We made it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Ty said Victoria.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't gonna jump too far ahead, but can I talk about the first comp? Because I love the first comp.
Ooh, go ahead.
Y'all got me talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, like Eli said, the production value, BBCAN has always been top tier, top notch. You know, extreme.
This is by far an amazing comp, by far.
But before I get to the comp real quick, I will say, although this intro was very long, too long, in fact, it was beautifully done. It was giving the first of all, the cast photo, Vampire Diaries. That's the vibes it was giving me. And then when they started making the people disappear with the flames, it was giving America's Next Top Model. You know how they disappear at the end when they get eliminated, they disappear, and then they to it's the last ones. I thought it was phenomenally done, just a little too long. So
hey, let me add the intro song as well, where it highlighted just the final 3 and gave them little extra scenes. Like, was it long? Yes. Was I in love with it? Yes. You don't
they should have just
miss this.
Listen, all they should have did was have a shot of all the house guests meeting for the first time. Just a picture of them. Cheers. Here go a shot of the final 3. Now let's get into the comp. That's it. Like, let's get right to it. Y'all remember them? All these losers, they gone. Just in case y'all forgot who they is. All right, now let's see who's gonna be, in the finale. Come on, simple.
But I feel
like that opening scene was 20 minutes. But it
felt
good.
So long because he was telling a story, which is wonderful.
So long.
But give us the condensed, abridged version.
Post throw it on YouTube. Throw that on YouTube. Yeah,
right,
throw it on the dailies. Put it on YouTube. Something. We'll watch it.
That should have been more time for jury questions. Y'all could have cut that into 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is too long. Y'all could have had 5 minutes. Y'all could have took 15 out of there and then show us more of the jury questions. That's what should have been done.
Yeah, because I looked up. I said, hold on, he's still talking?
I went and make some food for a second. I'm like, hold on, he's going. All right, let me make some. We're still going. All right, cool.
And so we get to the comp, part 1 of the HOH, and it's Inside Out 2 themed, which I love. Inside Out was a really good movie. For those who don't know, it's about the emotions and different parts of yourself. You know,
Eric's a therapist.
I think I'm
Right.
gonna make that CC first movie. I think that'll be cute.
it'll be good so she can understand all the different cool things. And so the object of this one, it was honestly really simple. Come on, simple but effective. They had to get the color ball. So they have like 6 different colors stations. They orange, purple, green, yellow, blue, red, and they had to get the little balls, or they called orbs, because that's the the terminology that they use. Inside Out, emotion, the motion orbs, and put the color in the corresponding slot. Sounds easy, right? No, they got to go up the little slot, the thing, slide back down, go in the water, the ice cold water. And so they splishing and splashing, they climbing, they jumping and sliding. And so in order to get the ball in there, though, they have to roll it, the orb, roll it, but there's a huge hole in the middle of their like platform. So they have to navigate it, or it's given Survivor. They had to navigate their orb around that hole to get in the slot. Sound easy, right? Wrong, because what they which I quickly figured out, but it took them forever in a day to figure out, is you need to complete one station first before you try to move on to another color, because they kept filling up orange and then they try to throw a green in there and then the green gets stuck on orange, because the catch is if you fill it up with
dry your balls,
all one color, and then you got to hit your button and all of them got to go if you put the wrong color in the wrong slot. And so they would fill up all of orange. Bailey did it. Anthony did it. Dry your balls.
Yeah, life lesson.
Life lesson. And so it's like, y'all, why would y'all even go get green? You have one more left. Why would you not? But then they figured it out. They were like, hold on. We need to fill one thing up, then move on to the next. And then after that point, it got to a point where Anthony was just in a groove. First of all, he was like, I'm getting winded. I'm watching these girls and they still going up here. They got the same energy. I'm 300 pounds. I can't get
Gosh, they struggling up themselves. I'd be huffing and puffing.
He was struggling, but he had such a good lead that it really didn't. Bailey did catch on. I don't think Lex has ever caught on to what she needed to do. Best bless her heart.
They barely even put the camera on Lex. I said, is Lex in the comp? Is Lex in the room with us? Is Lex in the
Lex episode?
Can somebody put an Amber Alert out, because she is missing in action?
Not an Amber Alert. Do they even have that in Canada?
No, I think that's a US thing.
Okay.
A Maple Alert? I don't know. That's probably what it's called.
They might have something, but it might not be called Amber.
Right. He said work smarter, not harder. But yeah, so he did that. Anthony does win part 1. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward that. He won part 1. So congratulations to Dougie Anthony Douglas. He did that. Congratulations. Part 2.
Part 2. Eli, you going to do part 2?
Shoot. They had part 2, the classic little like question/days comp that ends up being like way harder than it normally seems. So what they had to do is they had to like lasso a little magnet to receive a little box to answer a question. And the questions were, in my head, somewhat tricky, but the girls seemed to get it pretty good. Of course, this is just between Bailey and Lexus. I forget what some of the questions were like. Oh, who? What were the even day comps and stuff like that? And I forget each of them, but all I remember is Bailey was cooking. Like they asked her the question.
Amber Alert.
Oh, it is called Amber Alert. Okay, so that's a nationwide thing.
Girl, not nationwide.
Nationwide is or global.
No,
it might not. It might just be America.
The nation is U.S. The nation means the nation is the United States. Well, whatever nation you're in.
So like, North and South America be doing it. Basically.
North.
No, South America don't. So it's just North America, obviously the U.S.
Those are
it's only North America, and it's only Canada that they do it.
Canada is a part of North America, girl.
All right, moving on. Trees would have got cooked in this comp because what they had to do
please
was
don't let there be a comp where it's like label the states and countries and continents, because I would lose. Oh Lord.
Well, Ty said it's not nationwide because she said theirs is called Levi Alert in Georgia.
Shout out Levi. Shout out Levi.
So how did Amber get up to Canada?
Oh, really? Levi came up. Oh, okay. So they probably just came up with their name separate. Okay.
Gotcha.
North America, Lord Jesus.
But if we got
But-
Amber
I
and
told
they
y'all
got
I was
America, and they got Amber, I'm trying to figure out how Amber got up to Canada.
Carrie, don't
But-
judge me. I'm tired. Lord
Please
Jesus.
don't judge her.
Moving
I have
on
to
to
be
like
like
the actual
Yeah.
complex part of the comp that made it tricky. They had to pretty much just stack some blocks on a spinning platform.
Yeah.
They really ain't seen to do much. Like there's a couple times they showed Lexus drop, but all I know is they showed Byyyeee, boom, 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 the questions. And anytime you see the little they're struggling moment, is like
That mean
was
they
Byyyeee
winning.
trying to get the pieces. No, the struggling moment was Byyyeee trying to get the pieces. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
you might mess
The
up like 2 times on
pieces.
that, but you aren't spending more than 5 minutes. The moment I saw Lexus on the first question stack about every single name up, and they said she was wrong, I said,
Like,
"Oh,
girl.
Lexus, it's over. It's over. It's been fun."
I wish they would have showed her time because I would like to know how much she lost by.
It wasn't looking good.
Because Byyyeee breezed through that thing quick.
I wish they would show us real time. Like I really want to keep the time at the bottom of the screen, like at all times.
Yes.
That'd be cheap.
Facts.
Mhm.
Exactly. We
But-
need to see that.
Byyyeee ended up cooking and winning, and so that means the last 2 people in part 3 were Byyyeee and Anthony, which in my mind meant Anthony had to win in order to reach the final 2.
Yeah.
Carrie, ma'am, never. Never.
Carrie said for our listeners, we will not be seeing
Never.
Tracy on Amazing Race. No, we will not. Because Tracy
I
was-
remember
mean-
it was so long ago. Somebody was asking, like, are y'all guys covering Amazing Race? And I said no, because I would be terrible at Amazing Race, and I don't want to talk about no show that I'd be terrible in. So, like, so we talk about Survivor, and I would not choose to go on the island, but I feel like I would low key kind of cook on Survivor. And I could definitely do Big Brother. Amazing Race, pass. Can't read a map. Street
else?
names, I don't know.
What else?
Really, listen, I'm really good when I'm like, okay, make a right at the Jack in the Box and make a right at Walmart, and then when you see that red tree with the fallen leaves, then you make a turn. I look at my surroundings. Don't ask me what street name, anything.
That
is.
don't
I do
work,
not know.
trees. I had to learn. You got to learn these streets because guess what? In 2,
No.
3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, that Jack in the Box ain't there no more. When you go down to Walmart, ain't Walmart no more. That red tree with the
Then
leaves on the
you like,
ground,
oh, you make
it's
that
torn
turn where
down.
that Walmart used to be. You make that
That part.
where that Jack in
You
the
know
Box
what?
used to be. That's what
I wasn't here when that Jack in the Box used to be here. So how am I supposed
That's
to know?
your fault for moving. That's your fault for moving.
Put it in your GPS then. By then we gonna have chips in our head. Just like I get to Walmart and
Speak for
you good
yourself.
to
I
go.
ain't got no chip in my
Have
head.
the car drive you.
They gonna have them chips.
Learn those streets, and that's coming from me, somebody who has a very low driving IQ.
We know. So listen,
Don't do me.
they get to the comp. They get to the questions comp. Bam, simple, easy. Dougie
Amazing
wins.
setup, by the way.
Ooh.
This looks extravagant, like a finale.
I love
show.
it. It was like a little like box with like different colors. It was so
Hey,
cute.
damn.
BBCAN always makes it feels like these moments are so impactful. Like they're so big. It's not just like a little wooden box for your whatever. It's like, hey, this
It's the simple
is
details.
the moment of the season. Yeah.
And I say, we say it all the time. We see y'all look. We know why y'all prize money ain't that much, baby, because they putting it in this production, and we thank them for it because it's very visually stunning.
Wait, did we talk about the train comp?
We ain't.
That was the veto. That Lexus won.
That was the veto. Wow. I'm
That was
thinking
on
that was
Tuesday.
finale. Okay.
Mhm.
That's all right, but we didn't. Did we talk about?
We got to cover that. We got to talk about it. We just have to say how amazing
We
that
did.
comp was too.
That comp was just amazing. It was awesome. That is by far one of my absolute favorite comps. And they're gonna show you got to pay attention to details because they was thrown out. Lex was the only one that's like, oh, let me get this right. It's like, and I was like, you know what? Her being a dental hygienist is why she paid
Ooh.
attention to that. Because especially when you're in a medical office of any sort, you have to pay attention. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be precise. And that's why I always say, like, I always want to know what people's jobs are when on these shows, because you don't realize it, but a lot of the things that you do in your everyday life definitely help you in the game of Big Brother.
Sometimes.
So I thought that was interesting.
Got to see
But
John
by
Claude
far one
Van
of the
Damme.
best comps. Yes.
Because
And
So-
here's the premise of it. The premise of them just being like a stunt actor. The fact that this has been a Hollywood season.
yeah,
Like,
that was
right.
beautiful.
That's how you stick to a theme. And like not enough to like impact the game. Like, but it gives us moments like
Right.
that with fun themed comps. Something
Yeah.
you would never think of if you weren't doing like a Hollywood season.
And I loved how the wind was blowing, the snow was there, like coming out the side of the train.
That's why they
car.
don't be giving them no money. They be giving that little raggedy 100K because they spend it
you
on
know,
production. But it's
I'm
given.
gonna give it.
It
I'm gonna
really
give
is given.
BB25. That first couple, that one competition, a couple of their competitions was actually really nice. Like when they had to run from the gargoyle, they went to
Like
the little.
2.
Yeah, it was like 2, but regardless,
That
it's
was
nothing
like
to the-
third grade cool though, where it's like, oh snap, oh my gosh, they ran into
Right.
a portal.
Whereas BBCAN,
Yep.
like Ty said, it was theater. Y'all gave us theater. Y'all gave us
Yes.
Hollywood.
dope.
This is the silver screen. Really gave us what we felt like is befitting of the theme of the season.
For
So,
sure.
yeah.
So it come down. I had already got hit of that, but the questions. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Mhm.
It
went
don't
back
even
and
matter.
forth. Questions kind of matter.
Yes, it
'cause
was so. Shout out to Bailey and Dougie. They really actually studied, which is rare
8.
sometimes. Go ahead, Elo.
Did y'all hear the screams when Bailey got the third question and Dougie didn't, or third or fourth question?
Listen,
It's
we
Well,
heard it.
she had missed one.
Dougie didn't.
Wait,
Dougie's
what?
ears must have been off because, sir,
You're so right.
you heard all that
'Cause-
churn. You have to know that we see everything and that's in the audience. So if people are hyping up this much, damn, they kind of hyping it up a little bit. That was me. I don't know about you, but what? What's going on? Y'all a little bit louder. But man, it was so good. They had to go. Did they go to? They did do a tiebreaker question, right?
They went
did
to
2
sudden
Tiebreaker
death.
again.
They went to sudden death. So
Mhm.
they out. Well, so what happened was because she missed the question, right? Bailey missed one, then she caught back up because then Dougie missed one, so they tied.
Then Dougie
And
missed
then they had to
one.
go to yeah, and so then they caught back. They tied it up,
And they got it.
and then
They got it.
they went to
same
sudden
again.
death, and then they both got sudden death. Then they went to tiebreaker, which I would have won this tiebreaker if I would have got there because I said 44 and it was 75 was the answer. So
I mean, you're still like 30 off. That's like,
and but I would have won though. Would I not have won? Would I not have won? Would I not have won?
Okay,
That's all
so
I'm
they
saying.
do the
You're like a
questions.
little off on the answer.
So they do the questions. Dougie obviously wins. The crowd cheers.
Let's go.
I am
Let's
flipping. I'm
go.
like, let's go, because it has to feel so rewarding to get yourself to the
To
finale.
take yourself. Yeah.
I had
So
goosebumps.
I know he was so excited about that. What you say, Eli?
I said I had goosebumps. I'm like, oh man, Anthony's
Right.
hype.
I was like,
it feels like
oh
such a
yeah, he
big
got it.
moment. Like he made it. Like him sitting in the
did
final
this.
2 chairs is like never would have thunk it coming in that he'd be able to repeat this, do it again. And it's like, man, he did everything he said
Yep.
has come true.
He righted
Yeah.
all his mistakes. Everything that he said that he wanted to do, that he didn't get to do in 7, he did that. You know, he won the comps.
Yeah.
Dougie just played a very, very good game. But woo,
Okay.
we're gonna
and
get
so-
to mistake number 1.
Well, before we get to that,
Yeah.
we said before when we found out it was him and Bailey in the final 3 or part 3, we said Dougie has to win the game. Because if he don't win, Bailey's cutting him. Rightfully so. But even if
And she did
didn't,
confirm that in
we-
an interview, by the way.
Huh?
She did confirm that, by the way, in an interview. She was gonna take licks.
Yeah. So either whether she took Lex or him, regardless, we know she was gonna win. But we was like, Dougie has to win this so he can win this game. And that means cutting Bailey. He has to know cutting Bailey is what he's gonna do. So he cut Bailey, y'all, he won the game. Congratulations.
Listen, this man, when I tell you, so Arissa's like, okay, who you gonna cut? When he started crying, I automatically, like out loud, I said, I know you lying. Why is this man crying? You're not gonna be doing that much to be cutting Byyyeee. What's going on? You know he's gonna put on some theatrics regardless. But I said, this man about to cut legs, ain't he? I said, I know he ain't stupid. I'm sorry, let you go. When I tell you, like, I said it out my mouth, and I was still like, I know you are lying, and I know the world, around the world, everybody was all like, damn, Dougie just lost.
I think we all said at the same time.
When I tell you, so I talked to a couple of the alumni that had went to they did a showing or the viewing before, you know, they obviously went back. I mean, not went back, but the previous alumni people that had been on the cast before, and they talking about the way everybody screamed, like jaw dropped. Like there is no indicator. Like we wouldn't have guessed in a million years that he would have cut Lex over Byyyeee. Like we were just, I was like, same. I don't know what was going through his mind. And this man really, Dougie had the nerve to say that she is beatable.
Oh, but even when
I'll save my words until like we get further. I don't think that's like a game losing. Of course, he lost the game because of it. I guess I'd be curious to see if I almost wish this would have happened, just so we know the like bitterness level. If he would have lost Lex,
he definitely would have lost Alexis.
But
now
it's like we know we're saying it doesn't matter. Like I don't think we can make a big deal of he chose Byyyeee. It's the worst decision of all time. I don't think this is a horrible decision, especially from his point of mind. He ran the game, and I'll say this for later, but it's like if you ran the game, it shouldn't matter who you take.
It shouldn't.
Postseason interviews, I understand his perspective slightly. Like not all the way. Of course, miscalculated. We see more than he sees. We have dailies. He doesn't. So,
but here, I don't know. He don't need no dailies, and this is why he don't need dailies. You know, Spicy and them girls don't like Lexus. You know, they talk dirty. How much they drag that girl from mud through filth through everything they could think of. That's the reason why you pulled her from them to use her as a number 4 yourself, because they did not like her. So on what earth would you then send her to be a part of the jury, knowing that they could potentially despise her enough to vote against her? We don't think that would have happened looking back at it, but take your chances with that versus with Byyyeee. But also, we also said on here multiple times in the last couple weeks, Byyyeee has been Dougie's blind spot, and he did not see the danger in her.
We said the whole time since it was like Byyyeee is that man, boogeyman, nightmare. When he sleep at night and somebody grab his ankles, it's probably gonna be Byyyeee. Gonna sneak up on you.
But from that perspective, if he sends Byyyeee to the jury, of course Dougie doesn't know this, but Bailey's been preaching, I want a woman to win since the preseason. And so that's a vote for Lex. You cut Lex with the expectation of, this is a vote for me. I have Tola, and I got other votes because people will respect my game, and they just ain't respect game. And that's my perspective. Where if you send Byyyeee to jury, she has a chance to whisper to Todd, and word spreads and all that type of stuff, and then he loses. He loses 2 votes with those 2, and
I don't think
scenarios. I'm Jose right now saying scenarios, but
he really didn't think that. I definitely think he still thought that even though me and Spice, you know, had whatever, and I picked her, at the end of the day, that's still like my sister. That's still my dog. You know, she gonna be pissed. She gonna be upset at me, but there's no way she would vote against me because she family.
That's family.
Right. That's family, right?
That's fam. No, wrong.
So I mean, when it came down to it, I'm gonna be very, very real. And this is just cutting forward. Spicy voting for Dougie I honestly say would have won him the game, because what Spice does, she would have talked Avery into it. She would have talked Kayla into it. And Kayla apparently, allegedly, was doing. Tola was doing whatever Kayla was gonna do.
Yeah.
Which is, oh, really? That's how they moving.
That's
was
a show
doing whatever
miss.
doing. And Dougie was throwing a lot of shade at that. I don't know. I've seen like a couple interviews. He's like, yeah, Tola's gonna do what Kayla does. Tola's gonna do whatever Kayla says. I know that Tola had a conversation with Kayla, and so he was following her. And I was like,
and
shady there.
And I'm looking back at it too, because I'm like, what happened to if a hot chocolate makes it to the end? And she was like, I always say hot chocolate to the end, or is that still the case? And clearly it wasn't the case. And so I'm just like, y'all made this alliance. Y'all didn't mean it. And I'm not saying they had to mean it, but it's just like, that just shows that y'all was fake. Y'all was lying to each other.
Had 4 votes. You had 4 votes.
Those were the votes. Hot chocolate was the vote.
And then you had Tola in there, and the 1 vote was Elisha, who was one of the other 2.
And I pinned that. I said, one thing Goose is gonna do. Goose is gonna vote for the game. Goose, I think, is the most person in the house that would not take the game personally, and he did just that. He did just that. So shout out to Goose, regardless.
Shout out Goose,
right?
And Mr. I just want to say, from my perspective, me saying all this, I don't want to diminish Bailey's win, because
absolutely not. Talking about how great her win is.
Byyyeee rocked this game. Byyyeee rocked this game. I think she deserves flowers. And we have more time to rant, so I don't know if we want to move on, but
we'll get to it. So basically, we get these jury questions. I think by the first question, I can't even remember how the order the questions went, but by the second question, you can tell Dougie was like, "Damn, I might have made a mistake." And we know we've been watching Dougie all season. I've watched him for it's all of season 7, all the way up to now in BB12, and I was just like, I very rarely see this man, especially after coming off a win like this in the finale.
No passion.
If y'all notice, that man did not crack one smile. You know, he knew, like, damn, I just lost the game. Yeah, I just lost the game. And
Tola threw that question to Bailey. Why does he deserve to lose?
And I was all like, now wait a minute. And we had this conversation before, right? If you are in jury and your people are still one of your peoples is in the final 2, I'm never asking a question that could possibly help the other person I don't want to win. Especially if I've been working with somebody and I know that they did something behind the scenes that the rest of the house doesn't know, my question would be like, hey, Dougie, how did you orchestrate Kayla's eviction?
Going home? Yep.
How did you orchestrate Vivek taking out his homeboy? I'm doing something that will give him the alley-oop. And when Tola asked Bailey, I said, Bailey, that's not your girl. What?
That's not your girl.
I said, oh, damn, the whole
he wanted you out the house. But then you know what? That goes to, I don't know if it was just influence from the jury, but it's just like the fact that Tola and Byyyeee were at each other's throats constantly, and he threw her the alley-oop as opposed to Dougie. It is just like, what is going? That's why I'm like, Spicy. Yes, Carrie. Spicy was the Achilles heel. She was in that jury. I don't care what nobody say. She was poisoning that jury, sprinkling and digging and everything else that you can do.
And I guess this is where the lack of feeds hurts things, because I think it's really important. One thing I'll focus on later is like the relationship with the jury in the house versus after the house, where it seems we'll cover this in terms of like Anthony losing, but it's like, was his jury management bad? No, they soured after they reached the jury house, not in the house. And it's like, how do you turn a bad relationship in the house to a vote for you without conversation?
Look, he didn't have the best jury management, okay? But to put him in the realm to say that he had terrible jury management, no. Honestly, if we really looking at it, if we really like want to be real, the only person that I think should really have something to say against him, okay, Lex, if I'm Lex, I might be bitter and vote against you. Why you just cut me? Okay. Kayla, he did do Kayla dirty, and he came up with some extra stuff. Like,
that was
her girls did her dirty.
I'm just saying the only 2 people that I see some foundation on a vote against him, Spicy You soured that man's game from week like 6 to like the end of the game. Spicy literally, she made her bed, and their big blow up was really because Spicy was upset because in Spicy's head, I don't know if she's seeing the little roadblocks in her game. All Spicy sees, Spicy's standing at like mile 1, and all she sees is the finish line, and she knows the finish line was the final 2 with Dougie. But she's ignoring all that. Okay, let me sit in the infinity and let's come up with a way to get rid of Dougie. Oh, over here in mile 4. Hey, Avery, I think, this next HOH, we got to take a shot at Dougie. Oh, here go mile 7. Oh, Bailey, I saw how Anthony was talking to you. I don't know if we should trust him. Yeah, you're right. I don't think we should trust him. Girl,
mile 9.
You did that.
Look, mile 9, Todd. I can't take the shot, but you can take it at him. You can do it. I can't do it, but I think you can do it.
And I'm like, sis, and the way she's just like, no, I was low. You can say that. You can say you were loyal to the final 2. Okay, sure. You were, sure. But you have to realize,
out of my mouth.
I don't know if it's just because this girl went to jury like in 4 seconds last year, or whenever she went, BBCAN, whatever. Once she was on 9,
the very first jury member.
Whatever. But girl, you do know if this is the person you want to go to final 2 with, you have to like get them there. Okay. You have to both make it there. Now, when it gets closer to the end, feel free to throw those little like shots in there, like, Dougie can't really beat nobody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying what Spicy did was bad. Her not admitting, and it's funny because she's like, I want Anthony to own up to his game. Sis, you first.
You first.
You go first.
The delusions are delusioning because it's like we said in week 3, the same delusion she had in week 2 are the same ones she had now. And it's like, she doesn't believe she's done anything wrong. And I'm like, sis, like Tree said, you were loyal to Anthony. We understand that you were loyal to that.
That's
final
the only thing
2.
she can say. She can't refute anything else.
But you were not loyal to Anthony, the player, who he is.
You were not
as an
loyal to
player.
y'all's game.
No,
the game overall. And I don't know, she's just not getting it. And I know Anthony, we hit that blow. I know he was so frustrated because I know he was like, I know you are fucking lying. Are you serious?
The very first jury member, okay?
Like, it just does not make sense to me. Like, she basically soured his game too early. Now, of course, do it because at the end of the day, you gotta win.
Oh, but, baby, that weave ain't gonna prosper regardless. It ain't prospered in 4 seasons. I'm sorry. It just
time for a refresh.
And I don't know what she could do to refresh it because she didn't have 3 years to get it together, and it looked the same way she came into the house in season 9. It's the same way once she walked out.
So listen, let me throw the alley. Some props for Byyyeee because Byyyeee, sis, okay.
The total question.
Byyyeee
knocked it out the park.
King, queen, chess, pawn, however you worded it.
Oh, I know it. I got it.
That could have been her finale speech because the way she ate that, the way she gave props to Dougie, you's a king, but you need to know that it's a queen right here, and a king don't be doing nothing.
Listen, I got it memorized because I was like, hold on, that was epic. Like that. She said, I'm standing next to a king, but we know in chess, a king doesn't have to do very much. She said, but I've had to work in this game, and the queen in chess is the most powerful piece, and I'm the most powerful piece in this game.
Come on, House of Dragons.
That's hard.
I said, now, come on, sis. She ate that. She did.
She ate it, and I knew if anybody was ever wavering at that point, I don't think they were, that would have sold them because
I don't know if y'all saw it. Dougie face was like, he was just like, I know.
She capping.
Somebody Cameo said it's like her delusions were sold into her head with those pink yucky bags.
Oh Lord, y'all going in on this girl hair. Oh Lord Jesus.
But he did work. That's the thing though.
She would have been straight with her hat.
I saw a tweet and I thought this encapsulated it well. It's like Dougie was the one moving the pieces. He wasn't the king. He was moving all the pawns, moving the queen.
He was the player. That's what he should have said.
Just about to say, honestly, that's exactly what I was about to say. honestly, sure, call him a king, but
Mm-mm.
Anthony
I would
wasn't
say
even on
I'm
the
the player.
chessboard, baby.
It's-
He was the one moving the pieces. And I
Hey,
said,
the phrase was hard. That's a
was.
lesson though. You
It
don't
was
gotta
hard,
say
though.
nothing. It just has to sound hard. If it sounds hard,
Hey,
you know what? It
Josie.
works.
Hey,
And it
love.
sounded hard.
But that's why why you sitting down there. See, sometimes being second is an advantage because as she's sitting up there talking about that, I was like, oh, that's cute. Thank you for that. While
Real
I
cute.
appreciate you calling me a king, Byyyeee, and you are a queen. However, I wasn't just a piece on this board. I was the one manipulating and masterminding what piece went where
Thanks,
at what
girl.
time, including you. Huh? Yeah, I would, including you, Byyyeee, including the queen. So yes, the pieces, the plays that you made, I also made those for you. Like there was what he
Right.
should have been spinning what she said into something for him, even though again wouldn't
He
have
was
worked.
he was already defeated, and like even then, like his
His
it
answers.
felt like even when it got down to like the final question, I mean the final plea
With Lex.
to the
Oh.
jury, I was like, bruh.
You felt that way?
He was. You could tell. You could tell he was just like over it. It felt like he was screaming at the jury, and I hated because he was so authentic, but it seemed unauthentic. Oh man, my
I
heart.
thought the words he was saying was good though. Where
It
it's
was
like
good.
I understood his perspective.
Also, before I talk about the speech, even when he was answering Lex in his face, she was like, what did she say? If you're so loyal, then why'd you evict me or something like that? I thought I made a mistake in evicting you and probably should have. Sir, I ain't never heard you chop up a sentence like that. It took him 10 minutes to get out.
I think he just didn't realize. I think he was so set, which the world, all of us, I don't know what y'all was doing in Canada, but us over here illegally streaming stuff allegedly, we was like, what's going on? There was like no way he could lose. And then of course we heard the jury. We was like, but he ain't crazy. If he get there, he gonna be Lex. Baby, yeah. I knew some of the jury was gonna be bitter. I did not think they were gonna be that bitter. I'm gonna be very honest. I was like, wow.
Go ahead.
I want to say I am curious of how much of Arissa's mic can they pick up, because I think back to BBCAN12 where Cindy with the S puts up Netta. You hear the crowd go crazy. And
oh my gosh!
I just remember when that's
happened, one of my favorite crowd interaction moments. She's just like, what do I do? What do I do?
But when that happened, Netta was so seemed like she was so distraught because it's like, man, Canada hates me. And when you listen to the speeches, like before Doug even got to his final speech, I think it was question 2 where she did the chessboard analogy, and you hear, I believe I could be tripping, the crowd went crazy. And if you have no connection to the outside world, and then all of a sudden she has that moment,
they put a batter in your back, don't it?
And but it takes it out of the other person. It takes it out. Yeah. It's like, man,
if you let
I'm getting cooked. If you let it, but that's tough.
If you let, because y'all can cheer, boo, whatever you want to say, baby. Because if I'm in these final 2 chairs, I got a story to tell.
Hey, I don't know. We ain't never been through it, so we don't know. All I know,
I've been in a pageant.
If I'm like, man, no one wants me to win in this audience, I can say something fire, and ain't no one there.
This ain't the same. I know it's not the same, but I was in a pageant in undergrad. I was in a pageant. Nobody wanted me to. I know, shocker, right? There were people actively rooting against me because they wanted a certain person to win. And I could tell by that, but it's like when I do onstage questions where we have to get up there and answer questions like in front of the crowd, like on the spot, no preparation. So it's like, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just give it all you got. And you know why you there. You know what you're trying to accomplish. Leave it out there, regardless of what the crowd is saying, regardless of what these people in the jury is saying, even though they need to vote for you to win. Leave it out on the stage, regardless of how.
Tola's vote was the most shocking for me.
Yeah, Tola's vote.
That was definitely the most shocking. I need to talk to Tola. Tola, what was that? What happened? Who told you to vote that way?
This why we never
should let. Told you to do it.
What was the man they replaced Tola with? What's his name? Gabriel, Nathan. What was his name?
Abraham. No, his name was like
Abraham.
Yeah, I still want to know what happened to him.
With Dougie's speech, I think, I don't know if you're gonna say this, Eli, but me and Trace talked about it. I did not like, the only thing about his speech is that
I
that first half of his speech, they already showed it with him saying that in the DR about his
in the
mom losing
DR.
his job, all that stuff. They already had that in the voiceover, and I'm just like,
I think they painted
why would
that
y'all show that?
because obviously they know by the time they edit this, they know that he
He
lost.
lost.
And I hate that me hearing it for the second time, in my head, it sounded unauthentic. I mean, obviously, I
Yeah.
know, that everything that he's going through or whatever, so it's the truth. But oh my gosh, I was just like, it felt like regurgitated information that we got
As a visitor
20
viewer.
minutes ago. And the
Mhm.
editing has been really good this season. I did not like that, and I felt like that it
That
didn't do
would've
nothing
hit.
because obviously the jury didn't see that. But as a audience
Viewer.
member, I was
Yeah.
just kind of like, yeah, viewer. I was
That
like,
would have hit
I
right
ain't
in the
like that.
heart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
Absolutely.
I respect Anthony's speech in terms of him saying, hey, if you view this as a game, I played this game and I was the director of this game. And I think, of course, it takes someone that's confident in the game that they've played, but he played a great game and he played it all the way through. And I think in that point,
and
I respect. It's like, what do you respect in the game of Big Brother? And in that point, I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. Like, what are we playing? Are we playing for the little comps and the HOHs? It's not about the little pushing a milkshake down the table. It's
It's
about
not.
the
It's not
social
about
game.
right.
It's about staying off the block. And I kind of love that point because he's so right about that being the point of Big Brother. Going on the comp streaks don't matter. You staying out of harm's way when you're the target, like when you should be the biggest target, I think
Yeah.
is just immaculate.
And I agree. And I hate that. Again, we've said it. Byyyeee deserved her win. She earned her win, rightfully so. She is a fantastic winner. Kudos to Byyyeee. I
Woo.
hate that in
Let me
my
get
mind,
on this tea.
a lot
Go
of
ahead.
this has been not overshadowed, but is too much
It's
shadow.
overshadowed.
Too much shadow
It is.
is based on this bitterness of the jury. And I'm looking at Spicy. Salty is what we should be calling her. Salty V, because the trash bag, because we ain't even talk about that. The trash bag from the jury round table out of her chest.
And you
like,
already did it. Like, sis, get a new gig. You've seen it already.
And I'm gonna say this too, and it really went for me, and this is why I said the jury was very much bitter. And being a bitter juror does not mean that they voted wrong, because we agree, well, we've talked about it. There's no right or wrong way for a jury to vote. However they vote, that's how they vote. But you can still be a bitter jury and vote the way your vote is influenced by your bitterness. Doesn't mean you voted wrong per se, but you were bitter. And the fact that you took your question and made it personal. So why should I vote for the trash? That was not necessary. That was uncalled for.
Spicy, listen, I'm all for like a villain in the game. I'm all for it. But
Yeah.
it hit different because they had a relationship before, this season. They have been on outings together. They've been in meetups, they've had dinner, lunch, whatever. They have each other's phone numbers. They communicate back and forth. He was calling her his sister, okay? We don't take
Yeah.
that lightly. If we know anything about Dougie, if Dougie's calling you sister or brother, you are his sister and his brother. Okay.
Yeah.
He holds very true to that. I don't know if y'all have seen our interview with Adam, but please watch that one because Adam gave us some of
Yeah.
like the best insight about Dougie.
Mhm.
But if Dougie rock with you, he rock with you heavy,
Yeah.
right? And I 100% believe he was doing that with Spicy, but Spicy, she kept digging and she kept taking it too far. I know. I would say I hope they mend their relationship, but
It ain't
I
looking
don't know.
likely.
It's looking.
'Cause-
I don't know. He's
Because how are
definitely
you my friend and
pissed.
you calling me
Oh,
trash?
Salty V. Yes, Cameo is definitely giving Salty V.
How could I? That's like me calling you trash, Trees. Like, Trees, you trash. Like, you may be like,
you gonna
the
take
first
that,
time, but
Trace?
it's
You're gonna
like
take that?
the first time you may laugh, but like, you crazy. But if I get up there on national television
You
and do
keep
it
saying
again,
it repeatedly. So, you really think I'm trash? Well, I'm gonna be trash and I'm gonna put myself out, and you will not see me again. Come pick me up.
And the thing is,
And
it's
that's
not
enough.
like, and who knows what the feeds, but I'm gonna give the bright side to Dougie. Like, from what we saw from the digital dailies, he ain't treat her like trash. Like, he made a game move, got her on the block, he put her on the block, and suddenly he's trash because he's playing the game. And I guess
he
that's
took her
what
out.
upsetting me about this jury perspective.
Well,
And listen,
Can he
Sis
play
got
the
to
game
play the
anymore?
veto.
Can
She
he
played
play
the
game?
veto. She played the veto, didn't she? Am I
She
tripping?
did.
He did. Yeah,
She
final
played the
five.
veto, and baby, I do have an idea. Is cocky, is confidence. She said she specifically threw that. She specifically threw that. But she's like, Bailey was like, if you knew that I was on the block, she was on the block. No, I mean, Todd was on the block, and there was a possibility of somebody, one of us going home. Why wouldn't you try to win the veto? A, keep it the same, then you're not a replacement nom, and you get to be the one to pick the vote.
She overestimated her game.
She was too cocky. She was just like, oh, I'm covering on all sides. There's no way that A, I would hit the block. B, nobody will vote me out. She just, I don't know. Spicy.
Wow.
Spicy's very entertaining. I really do like Spicy. She's fun. But
the personal
jury Spicy V, I absolutely do not like. I don't like her.
Because girl, you lost. Like it's over. Your game is up.
Spicy V, I like. Okay, let me say this. Spicy
Salty
V, I really do
the
like.
Game.
Salty V, don't like her.
Really sour V, if I'm gonna be for real.
Sour V. Yeah, she was definitely.
See, my thing is, I feel like I love Spicy in the house. From what I've heard, she seems amazing outside of the house. It's just that jury session. Sure. Those couple weeks, those like 3 weeks that she's in the jury. It's like, oh my gosh, stay out of there.
Because if I remember correctly, well, I don't know if I remember correctly because it's been a few years, but even when she was in jury, she didn't even give Beth them that much. Maybe because Beth wasn't in the final two, but like she didn't even give her that much grief about backdooring her the way she did when she got eliminated and sent to jury house in her original season. So it's like, and you were working with Beth, y'all had got close, although you weren't as close as Anthony. So, which is crazy that somebody that's a stranger to you can backdoor you and you get over it. But somebody who's your friend, who you should want to win, even though you can't win, even though you also know that you were going to beat him had he kept you in the game to get to the end, you still want to be pissed at him and attack him personally.
I just feel like when it happened, I think when Dougie answered the question, he's like, "Oh, if I didn't take you out, you'd be in these seats." And she said,
"I sure would have. I would have won."
So it's like, was that not a good move then? Like,
was it? Hello, talk about it, Eli. Wake it up.
I still feel like Spicy's perspective is,
he shouldn't have got rid of me.
I guess I'm curious, is Spicy's issue the fact that Dougie didn't say you're better than me? Like, that's in my mind what it seems like it is. Because in the house, she's like, say you're getting rid of me because I would have beat you. And he's like, you were going at me, which she was. So did Spicy, if Dougie said to Spicy, hey,
what's funny is Dougie didn't believe that. That's why he couldn't say it.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Why would I say it? I don't believe it. We all know he's a cocky king. Okay, he didn't believe that. That's why he didn't say it.
But we all said it. We said it that besides his blind spot for Byyyeee, he grossly mishandled the Spicy situation. We felt like it was gonna come back to bite him. I don't know if we understood how much so. We felt like she's gonna be bitter.
I didn't think she'd take it this far, honestly.
We thought that she would get over it by the time finale rolled around. She would come to her senses. She'd be mad, throw her jabs in the little jury segments or whatever. But ultimately, be like, can you honor? Her question should have been, Dougie, evicted me on the week I was evicted. You said it because I sold your game X, Y, and Z. But is it true that it was because I was going to beat you and I had the better game? That would have been a fair question. Yeah, and then he could outline. So
he definitely would have had a better chance if there was no option and she had to go on the block.
Right. It's
I think she's more. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, she got backdoor, but I always say if you played the veto, that's not a backdoor. She played the veto and you threw it. She admitted that she threw it,
and it's not
dumbass fault. It's final five, and you want to throw a veto? I wish I
baby ain't nobody safe in the world unless your name is Victoria from BB16. You not BB16 Victoria that's gonna get dragged to the end, baby. So unless your name is that Victoria, you don't get to just throw nothing and no final nothing.
And the only thing on that point is like, it's not like he had the choice between 8 other people. It's like, hey, he either puts up you or puts up Byyyeee. And I think she's upset at the fact that he also disparaged her game and flipped her allies against her, which is also the game of Big Brother.
That's how you
And
play
the thing
it.
is, Spicy V came into this even in BBCAN9.
That's what she tried to do.
I'm a huge fan. She came
She
in
was
as a fan,
successful.
and she said that like in the jury roundtable. She's a big fan, and it's always tricky to me when it's like, hey, you get got in the game, and you're a big fan. Sometimes you got to shake your head and say, hey,
it's
you
game.
got me.
And now y'all, and I know it's his hindsight, so obviously there was no way for him to realize this. But now I'm thinking back, maybe he should have put up Byyyeee, and they would have voted out Todd. Byyyeee wins the next HOH. Lexus wins that veto. She's going to keep him, and she would have voted Spicy out over him, and the blood wouldn't have been on his hands.
This. Lex. Now Lex winning the final HOH, that should have been what happened, honestly. But now, well, I guess it don't even matter because at this point, it seems like the jury was so bitter, and no matter what happened, because the way I tell it, people been telling it, Lex would have beat Anthony. But
that's what they saying.
I would like that. Shout out to Jed, because Jed has been fighting for his life on Twitter. Okay.
Yes, he was.
And I have to say that two things can be true. Okay. We can get to it. Obviously, we know the vote was 6-1. Goose being the only person that voted for
Anthony.
Bailey's win. I'm gonna be I do think the first half of the game, Byyyeee annoyed me. She did a little bit here and there. She was funny. She was cool. The first half of the game, but when jury kicked in, I'm giving Byyyeee her props. I feel like she played a different game. And I will say that girl played a very honest game. If she didn't like you, I don't like you. I don't like you.
She went to the school of Awasam, baby.
Saying she played an overall. No, I do not think her entire game was perfect. It was great. It was good. I will give her props though. That second half of the game, she did what she had to do. That girl, whether she was trying to do it on purpose or not, she was stating what she wanted, and apparently it was moving because there was so many times we like, damn, is why Spicy what to do?
Like, who HOH?
So since that has some influence, and I think that goes to show like she does have a strong female voice. You know, she is very strong in what she says. She is very, I said it with my chest. And I absolutely love that about Byyyeee. I really do. I'm gonna give her 1s and 2s. Honestly, and we had this conversation. If Byyyeee would have won if there weren't all-stars in the game. Do I think she would have won if all-stars were in the game? No, I really don't. But out of all the newbies, she is by far, the person that should have won. If Anthony was not gonna win this season, honestly, I'm gonna be real honest, and I'm even say, even if it was Spicy at the end, I probably would have picked her over Spice. I ain't gonna even hold you. There is a high possibility that I might have picked her over Spice. Spicy would have definitely had to own up to her game, honestly. But Byyyeee played a phenomenal game this last half. She insulated herself in between the two all-stars, especially when it came down to everybody came in and they made that whole spiel. We got to get rid of all-star. Okay, they here to stay. Cool. I'm gonna line myself with 1 and 2.
She woke up, was like, okay, I see what's going on here. I know what I need to do.
Then I was waiting on you.
Thing 1, thing 2.
Yeah, she did her big one. And I have to say, baby, you was wearing that dress in finale.
Woo!
It was gorgeous.
Sure
I just have to say that. But overall, don't be hollering at the wrist like that. That's my only take from you.
Wait, because listen,
baby,
I said
she did a really good job.
I ain't never known a Larissa to let anybody go over their time limit for a speech. And she basically, oh no, I got one more thing. I gotta let y'all know that no matter what, this game did not change me. I changed the game for something. I forgot what she said, but it was nice. And then she said, "Girls is players too."
Girls is players too.
She ate it up.
So yeah, I think she's a great.
Go ahead, Eli.
What a great rep for BB Canada, like to represent the season. The fact that so many times you see like the unabashed, is that even a word, Eric? I don't know. Just like the person
Unabashed.
that's willing to speak their mind and have some
Yes.
confrontation.
Yeah,
you normally don't see
she
them
ate that.
win. Mhm.
That one little phrase.
But the fact that she was able to like represent Stay Alive, play a great
I'm glad I
game,
didn't see the speeches.
it's such
I'm
like a
sorry.
great face to like. Hopefully, there's more Baileys or people that are like, "Hey, I'm gonna just go in that house. I'm gonna be me,
myself.
and
Yes.
I can make it to the
And
end."
say
And
yes.
But you got to do it strategically. You can't just go in there being yourself and act the fool because you will be sitting outside with the
Bailey
rest
got
of
lucky because she went in there and she acted a fool. She did.
He didn't get lucky.
She really got lucky. She went in there and she was acting a fool.
Because low-key,
Yeah.
she
And
well, I was just because if Kayla hadn't used that veto on her behind would have been gone week 3.
she would have been. I have to give her big one, which is so funny that we talked about this. It's like, why is nobody scooping up Todd?
Mhm.
And Tola are like free agents. And shout out to Anthony because he was just like, yeah, I'm about to scoop Tola. And Bailey was like, I'm about to scoop Todd. That was a really good move for her because I'm gonna be very real. If she hadn't scooped Todd, I think there was a higher possibility that she would have been.
Cameo.
We'll be sitting outside with my AZ and P. I'm cracking up.
LOL.
But congratulations, Bailey. Sis, you did. She really did her big one. And I have to say, 2 things can be true. Okay, the jury can be bitter, as they were, and she can deservedly win because I do think she deserved that win. Do I think she deserved that over Dougie? No. Am I upset that she won? Not at all. I'm not upset that she won at all. It's more I'm upset that Dougie lost, and it's not even just lost to her, because that's
It's
not.
just lost.
I would never put that sentence. I would never say I'm upset that Dougie lost to Bailey. I'm just upset that Dougie lost in general, just because we've seen the work that he put in. We've seen the strategic things, the people he manipulated in the game. He won comps. He had the social game. He was so entertaining. He just literally was a full package for me. But overall, 2 things can be true. Bailey, she really did play a phenomenal game this last half, and I would never say that BB should have a different winner. I would have wanted Anthony to win, but if he didn't, Bailey by far, you did yours. She did her big.
We said this like 3 weeks ago, where Bailey's would be a good rep, and we said that like 2-3 weeks.
She
ago.
would,
yeah. And so it's a great winner for this season. Just feel like this, in my perspective, this was start of the season, the storybook of Dougie. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna get to the end, I'm the GOAT. And the fact that that story ends of him driving the game, like having a massive hand and everyone going home, and that finishing with him not being rewarded. These are awkward taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Benjamin said Bailey did a good job downplaying her jury management threat level 2. I'm gonna be very real. I don't think Bailey thought that. I don't think Bailey thought about jury management.
That's the crazy part.
I think she was. I think she was a threat, but I think she was an unintentional threat.
Okay.
I think she didn't. Go ahead.
How did she jury manage Tola? Because I mean, that's the ultimate question.
That's what I'm saying.
Did she do anything to jury manage Tola?
No. She literally she was like, I got you back. That's why you sitting out there. You think you strong. I'm faster than you. All that. She literally said that to that man. And happily
Bailey did legit look shocked that she won. She was just like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? When she got Tola vote, I was like, Tola, y'all been beefing all season. We knew. If we didn't know nothing, I was like, well, Tola obviously is gonna vote for Dougie. That's easy. That's a dub. But yeah, I don't think she knew. I mean, I think she knew she would have votes, but I don't think she knew that they were pulling for her as hard. And also, I don't even know if I can't wait to talk to her if we get the opportunity to. I don't even know if she knew that they hated Dougie as much as they did.
Because
they didn't in the house. They didn't in the house.
They didn't in the house.
Yeah.
Literally, everybody keeps saying, and we probably need to make a tweet because I'm so sick of hearing people. He was just arrogant and he was horrible at jury management. That man was not bad at he did not treat anybody bad. He didn't cuss nobody out. He didn't isolate nobody. He didn't ostracize nobody. He didn't take personal attacks at nobody. They all left that house where they hurt. They were just hurt that he didn't give them sympathy votes. They was hurt because he put them on the block, and it's all a part of the game. The goal is to get to the end of the game, and he did that. And y'all just didn't like how he did that. And that's fine. We agree. Jury, you get to vote however you want to. But if you're looking at the game on paper, you cannot say he did not play a fantastic game. And you can't say he didn't deserve to win. And you can't say he lost because of jury management. Because he managed
it. Wasn't jury management. It wasn't jury management that lost him the game. It was the jury talking and running their mouths. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I'm gonna give Spicy until these people tell me something different. I'm gonna give Spicy what credit is due. I think somebody would be like, well, so what about Dougie? Dougie really did play a great game. He did A, B, C, D. Oh yeah, but what about, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like whatever she did, she spiced up whatever happened, and she flipped it to make it seem like it could have been Spicy would have been like, yeah, he did that, but that was a game move, y'all. Instead, she turned it into something negative, like, yeah, and you know,
Dougie actually didn't really like you.
He been looking to go from you. Yeah, he been trying to take you out from so and so and so and so.
No,
he lied about this. He lied about.
She probably made it personal.
Sure that's how it went.
Which I know she made it personal. She probably was like Tola. He actually said, Tola, that's my minion. He gonna do whatever I say, and as I say it, because I control him, he ain't got a mind of his own. He weak. He's simple minded. He's, that's probably how she was painting. And if somebody's in a jury and you know how she claimed that they had this final two from day one, he's like, so this is what he really thought about me in my game. Like, this is truly the way. But
he was crying when Tola got evicted. Like, it's not like he was stone faced. He was crying before Tola got out. Like,
but then I got to put the onus back on the jury, because if somebody's telling you this stuff in the jury house that somebody did, that's when this is what your question is. So it was told to me that you thought of me as a mindless drone that was at your beck and call and did everything that you say at the snap of your finger. Is this how you considered me? Explain.
Well, that's only one question, though.
But I'm saying whatever.
They only get one question. Sorry, they only get one question. So it's like, I feel like Big Brother doesn't allow specific questions. I don't know if they had full control of questions, and
they did. Spicy called that man trash in a question.
I feel like they got to get it approved, though. It's like, Spicy's talking directly to Dougie.
I mean, her question was probably, hey, A, B, C, or D. And then she, of course, flipped the script and threw that little trash.
Exactly, because it's live television. They can't tell you what to say. They can't tell you what they're going to do. Stop the show.
Good point. It's run it back, Turbo. We're on the delay.
Watch my transfer.
Oh my God. It's just,
because I'm also interested on how Kayla got the news of her going out, because like it makes it seem like Dougie was digging at Kayla, where all it took was a few conversations, and Spicy and Avery were like, you know what, we might need to get rid of Kayla over Lexa. She's done.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I was about to say. Sorry, let me say this before I forget. I really 100% agree. Dougie said in an interview, I can't remember who it was that interviewed him. But he said that basically, like, his game was going to be soured from the jury because the last taste in her mouth was going to be Spicy V. Because you have to remember, next coming in was Todd. What is Todd going to say? Todd going to be like,
helicopter.
Todd going to be like, where the drinks? Let's go by the pool.
Hey guys, I'm here.
And I was like, yes, that's exactly why we said Spicy needed to go at 4. You gave her
but you don't have
time in
control
the jury.
over that.
You don't.
You don't.
You have to think about things, though. You have to think about that.
No, you got to get people out when you can get them out.
And I'm thinking this is the person that's gonna try to. They're gonna tell everything that happened in the game. You know, the only thing they have to take is my word for it, because I was the only one there. I could be saying any type of anything. I could have been like, Kayla, he said your feet stink. Avery, he said you be putting on 2 left shoes. Like, he could have been saying anything. You have to be like, damn, he said that. And if the relationship was better at 4, with Spicy, and he wasn't the one to per se take her out. Say he won Final Four and HOH, and she just had to go up because veto was used. She would have went into the jury hyping him up because it's like, well, he had no choice. I had to go. He didn't even vote. It was Bailey who I don't like. Y'all, Bailey said she was for the girls and she voted me out. Do you know how different that would have been? Avery, oh wow. No, she didn't. She was all for the girls. All it takes is a simple narrative like that.
Yeah.
And that's why
That's all it
placement is
takes.
so important.
And
So
I know
important.
it's
I
hard
think-
to predict the placement, but given how connected he was in the house, he had control over that essentially. A little bit. Like I
And-
said, it takes foresight. I mean, nobody really has that, but it's like you have to think about that type of stuff. And in the moment, it did seem like, yeah, Victoria needed to go at 5, but in the grand scheme of things, we now see that she should have left at 4 or 3.
I'm always of the perspective of like, if you treat every HOH like it's your only and last one.
That's
Where
true.
Like, don't predict that, everything's gonna go perfect and I'm gonna have another chance to take out Spicy.
Facts.
If Spicy makes it to 4, she has 2 chances to win a comp where she's safe and in final 3. And in that chance, she has to win 1 final HOH. Like final 5 could have easily been your last chance. So that's where I'm of the boat of, if you have the chance to get rid of someone, do it. Dougie didn't even vote. He flipped your 2 closest allies, which is part of the problem that Spicy had. But I think when you have the chance to take a shot, you almost have to take it. And I understand your guys' perspective though. But
What y'all mean? Victoria was lying about that back. What y'all talking about? I want to know what she was lying about.
What ain't
I
she
was
lied
saying
about?
Doug Lucci said Victoria was lying about the baby, because baby, she was shush. Dougie definitely always interviewed Spicy a liar. I mean, yes.
Like, we
I
didn't get to
cannot
talk
wait
about
to
that
see
jury
these
round
Ace
table,
interviews
but
though.
some days passed.
'Cause it
But
was irrelevant.
Because all they did was trash, talk Dougie and Lex, like the way they talked about Lex was bad. She didn't do nothing.
Ty.
She's a cat, all that stuff. It was just,
She did say, yeah, she was playing about her
tomfoolery.
I'm just scared that we're getting to the point where you can't play the game of Big Brother. Like, not to be all old man yelling at the cloud. It's not like the good old days, but it's like, I think you should be respected.
Was so funny to me.
To play the game, and I know jury management is a thing, but I think you should be respected for game moves. And it seems like we're getting to a point where game moves are like, man, screw you. Yeah, your game move was against me, so I'm bitter. Like, that's life. He has to get someone out. There's only 2 people that can sit in the end, and the fact that he had a chance to take you out. It's a game, and you have to. It's a game of taking people out, and
that's the game.
I never think that you should be like discredited for doing that, which is
I agree.
Upsetting to me.
You just can't control what the jury wants to vote on, and because again, they get to vote however they want to vote. It just sucks when you play a game like Anthony's and they don't care because they are bitter. So it's not that they're voting wrong. It just sucks that a game like that isn't recognized and rewarded with a win based on how upset they are on how they went out or who is in the final 2, basically. And
go ahead, Eric.
I'm trying. Let me gather.
Everybody comparing Dougie to Paul. I don't like that.
No, Paul deserved to lose both times. I don't care. That's what he get.
And I'm
you shouldn't have evicted Davon in 18, and you shouldn't have been racist and evil in 19. End of story.
Listen, in 7, honestly, I think Dane deserved that win. Because Dane had good social game.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the Dane
also won 40,000 comps. Okay, he overall had it. He had a very dominant alliance. I think Dane deserved that over Dougie. Dougie played in a phenomenal social game, but Dougie was also talking to what was her name on I can't remember who it was. He was talking to a couple people crazy. He was. But overall, when it came down to it, I don't think he was robbed in 7, but I was fine with whoever went. Do I think he was robbed this season? Yes and no. Yes. No. Yes.
The two things
he
can be
was
true.
robbed.
Two things can be true
Exactly.
at one
It's hard
time.
to say
He was robbed,
yes and
but Byyyeee
no.
deserved it.
Yes.
Both.
Dougie also deserved it.
Yeah.
Hi.
But Byyyeee,
Yes.
okay. Dougie deserved the win, I think, over Byyyeee, but Bailey's win isn't undeservable.
It's a good win. Like,
Exactly.
in terms
It's
of
a great
ranking
win.
the winners,
There we
I think
go.
she's in the
People
top half of
cannot
BBCAN winners.
She's
grasp that
definitely in
two
the
things
top
can
for
be true
me.
at the same time. Like, are you
She's
serious?
definitely
Like,
up
two
there.
things can be true. Like, come on.
And I've seen a lot of comparisons to the. I don't know, Ben, if you meant Betty or not, because I see you said Josh/Byyyeee. I think you were meaning Betty. It was similar in the way that he cut the friend that he should have taken to the end. The only
Hey,
thing
Josh.
is, hey Josh. The only difference is he would have lost regardless, whereas Josh also would have lost.
Justin probably might have lost regardless.
He was gonna lose to
Oh,
Betty too.
BB19.
No, BBCAN10. Josh Nash.
BBCAN10, yeah. Oh,
Josh
he meant
or
Josh.
Josh?
No, I'm
BB19.
saying Benjamin is talking about BB19, Josh.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't care. Josh should have. I'm glad he beat Paul because Paul's just.
BB10 was a great season.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that, Anthony made the same decision that Josh did, cutting Lexus and Josh cutting Betty, and they both went to the final two to lose 6-1. And they did. And it's just like, we were literally just here 2 years ago. The same exact scenario. And I thought it was funny. The Godfrey said, he said, my brothers, you made the same mistake that I made. Don't take the blonde hair woman.
Oh
to the
my
final."
gosh, my favorite
Wait.
BBCAN player
Yep.
is Godfrey.
But why did
got by
Jed-
Sarah?
Why did Jed clock him?
Oh.
Was it Jed or somebody else? It was like, you would have lost regardless.
Don't
Jed,
lose
'cause they
either
both
way.
was blind.
Godfrey would have lost.
Yep.
Hey,
Most
what's
likely.
that? That's a sleeping giant. I need to rewatch BBCAN 3.
So
Godfrey.
glad Paul lost.
But I just feel like, and I don't know if we
That was
talked about it
so
here.
fulfilling.
It was so fulfilling because for me, it was for Davon twice in a row, just because.
Yeah.
And so, we didn't forget about the Todd and Ada helicopter winning.
Listen, we can wrap the pod up
HBP.
with that. Because Thai Nation stand up.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. We've been repping since you was talking
Thai
about sucking on the titties.
Nation.
Thai
Thai
Nation,
Nation.
baby.
I still
Thai
don't get the
Nation.
helicopter joke. Maybe I missed that in the dailies. But
I don't either.
Hey, he just started hitting it
it-
helicopter.
It's got to be a white people thing. I don't know what it is. Somebody got to explain. White people in our chair, y'all got to explain. Is that something white? I don't know. It's funny when they be doing it. Do I get it? No.
No, he was in the bed twerking and humping all. I'm like, what is you doing?
He's so funny. He really is so
Right.
funny though.
But he's from
Mhm.
Newfoundland, so we knew he was gonna win. Carrie told us that. Carrie predicted that, so that wasn't a shock. But Todd, we like
Sure.
Todd. Todd is cool, peoples. So,
Thai Nation.
because who won last season? Did our Captain America win?
Yep.
Okay, as he should. Yeah. We tend to like the AFP. Well, no, not Father Time from 10.
Oh
but
no, I don't
Big
like his little
Marty.
radio stuff. Marty. What's his name? Marty.
Father Time. Oh, decrepit,
rocks.
irrelevant.
I would love for them to like get more than one person from that area. It was a Newfoundland.
Oh,
Newfoundland, right?
Newfoundland.
Carrie, is that correct? Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. It's
Uh,
spelled Newfoundland, but it's Newfoundland.
Oh, okay. Over there. I would like for them to get more than one person from over there. Like 3 people, because I kind of want to see them battle it out. Like, let's make AFP like interesting.
Actual contest, right?
Right. They put one person over there. Like, let's get
Yeah.
Let's see.
So-
Well, yeah, unless y'all got anything else. Congratulations to Byyyeee, sis.
Haley girl.
I did say this to Eric. Byyyeee, I think, did really good. And for me personally, I think Byyyeee inched herself into the all-star fame. I mean, the all-star
absolutely.
realm. And I would absolutely love to see Byyyeee play on a season
Ooh.
without the all-stars. I really would like to see how she maneuvers and how she moves. If she's all-star, she'd be playing with other all-stars.
I know, yeah. She's
But
playing
I
with
would
other
like to
all-stars.
see her. I would like to see her play. If she's all-star, I would like to see her play in her
Ty is not
league.
here for it.
in her league.
Hey,
Ty
there's
hates
a
it.
chance. there's a chance Byyyeee makes the BBCAN versus BBUS list. I'm not sure she's there. I need to think about it, but she's like right there, a winner.
Honestly, that would be good.
Because one
that's
took
what
a
I'm
shout
trying
out
to say, Benjamin. In a level playing field. Yes, yeah, that's more what I'm trying to get out.
because we have to be there is levels to these wins and who's winning and stuff. You know, there are levels.
Print the shirt. I know that's right.
She's definitely a great winner. She would deserve to be in an all-star season.
Hold on. I could see Steve being like, who the hell is Todd? My man, if I had a shirt that said Todd Nation. Yo, my fiance like,
Todd Nation, baby.
Only Steve Nation.
But yeah, Byyyeee, she did excellent. The way she, like you mentioned, positioned herself so perfectly in between two all-stars who were the favorites to win, who people kept saying was, oh, the production is rigging it for them. Production is rigging it. But did they win? They did not.
And she was the decision maker throughout the second half of the season, where
she
we
was.
saw so many times. Like if you listen back to our episodes, we were just saying this wasn't good for Victoria. But Todd is staying because of Byyyeee pushing it. And the fact that
she saved him so many times. Even during that executive veto, you cannot take Tola off. He's going to put me up. He's going to evict me. He's going to do. It's just like she latched on to Victoria like a tick. And she latched on to Anthony like a leech. And she
latched on the right
dry. And ran them dry.
What you got to do?
Ran that money too. Hey, run that money to the bank, sis.
Yep.
I ain't mad. I mean, I'm mad, but not at you. So, congratulations,
overall, Byyyeee. Pretty good season, honestly.
It was a good season.
And what a final two! This might be a top
great final two.
Top 3 all-time BB North America.
Like now, y'all keep adding these top 3 in there. Y'all stop, because I'm sorry. Lexus, cute, sweet. No.
I'm saying like the final two directly. The final two directly is like
there we
top
go.
3. It's in the big
not
3.
No final 3.
No, not the final 3.
Honestly, the final 4. The final 4 was good. Tie, I would have been okay with a tie win on the cool, depending on who. Obviously, I wouldn't put them against Doug. I mean, but if it had came down to I take it back. The only person I would vote Ty for over, I probably vote for Ty over Alexis, honestly.
I wouldn't. That's the only person. I don't know if I can vote. Well, no, he had some clutch veto, but Ty just didn't do nothing in the game for me. I'm sorry.
I'll be real. Alexis and Todd are on the same level of like
they really right here.
Are y'all in the chat?
It would come down to their vote for me.
But I'm saying personally, I actually liked the final 4. Like them, I'm not even counting their games, but just them as a person. Like Byyyeee as a person, I like. Dougie as a person, I like. Lex as a person, I like. Todd as a person, I like. I'm talking about,
I like them
personally.
Like,
I hate that. I hate Marty. I hate so-and-so. And I didn't have no hate for either one of them. So the final 4 was, I will say, was great. Spicy was great.
And the final 2 to finish,
she was running her mouth.
To finish the season with 2 juggernauts going at it in their final speech.
Yeah, it was good.
Like, that's special right there. That's how you finish.
She knew what was going on, but she didn't do nothing. She never tried to
I agree.
Take control of the game. Is what I don't like. I feel like there were instances where she could have done some things a little differently, but
I feel like Lexus played the best that she could with what she had. With the girls against her, I feel like people are diminishing her game. And just because we didn't see a lot of it, which is why I wish we had feeds, I feel like we would have more. It was such a good thing that she did end up hooking up with Dougie, because the girls were against her. What was she gonna do? And what did she do? Let me go over here and find this spot. And what's funny is everybody's saying that she floated. She did. She was in an alliance with Dougie. She was in it.
She coasted.
I'm
sorry. She did. She coasted.
I don't even think she coasted. I wouldn't even say she coasted.
She was tight enough with the girls. She was tight enough with the girls where the girls weren't going at her. Tight enough with Dougie and their side so they wouldn't go at her. Was it in a coasting mentality? Kinda. But see,
that's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't take control. What she should have did. This is what Lexus should have did, and I would have gave her 1s, 2s, and 10s. When Dougie made sure Kayla was on the block next to Tola, What she should have did was then went to Bailey and Todd. Was like, this is actually what really went down. We need to keep Kayla because she's telling the truth. Dougie's lying. Victoria's lying.
Yeah.
Avery's lying. Let's
And
keep her.
That's not in someone's character, though. We can't say someone didn't do nothing because that's not. I don't see Alexis ever doing that. Even if she came back, I don't know.
She literally she said if Spicy V she would have heard what Spicy V said to her in the room, she would have broke her leg or whatever she said she would have did.
Alexis is spicy in the moment. If you giving Alexis information later on, she like, girl, I don't care. But if you tell her to her face, I really do think Alexis would be like, bitch, you know what? I'm HOH. You can get your ass in that chair. I really do feel like Lex got that energy. I really do. I feel like she's a more toned down Bailey on the cool, and we didn't get to see that. And I noticed that with like in some of her comments. Like I feel like she's definitely I'm gonna say with my chest type of person because she confronted Bailey. I mean, she confronted Spicy. You know what I'm saying? And when Dougie was like, "Well, you don't have to use veto," she was like, "Boy, I know you. Get out my face." So I ain't mad.
Because listen, I'm just trying to find ways of why she would, for me, would be worthy, like what she could have done. Saving Kayla would have been a perfect game move for her because if we look at it, who won the next HOH? Tola, but he would have been evicted. Who came in second? Todd would have been saved.
Yes.
Who won the next veto? Bailey. It would have that would have been a whole nother game, and she would have been in a better. And then her and Kayla could have split off, did what there were just so many different things that she could have did, and she did not do because she had information, but she did not use it.
I feel like she worked with what she got, and I feel like she worked with it well, honestly.
To be second place, she was working to not win the game. What it is.
First place, actually.
Well, look, right. She would have.
But yeah,
if we look at her game, it was a second place game, is what I'm saying. I just don't think she did enough to win the game.
I do feel like she was playing a second place game, but she would have won. She might have won.
She
Kayla would have felt her. She would have saved her behind off that block. She would have been feeling it.
Spicy was still in the house. Spicy would have pulled Kayla back in.
But
who knows?
We'll never know, y'all. We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Yep.
Scenarios.
I guess that's a wrap. BBCAN12 is done and over. I don't want to hear about it no more. I'm done with it. Nah, I ain't done with it.
No, listen.
I'm excited.
BBCAN 13 horror themed
on the way out. I mean, that's coming
they
out.
Can end it right here.
Huh?
I said they can end BBCAN right now.
No, I kind of want. I really do. I need to hear Spicy's interviews because sis, the game is over now, so you can tell the truth now. Like you don't have to lie anymore. You're not getting any money for this. Like, come on. Yes, BB26 starts July something. 17. Can't remember the date. 17. We will be back covering it. The GOAT is coming out. I don't even know. Is the GOAT good? Ain't nobody's talking about it.
Girl, they talking about it. You just ain't listening. They talking about it. They've been talking about it all day.
And not many people were talking about it. So I was like, maybe they waiting.
Well, they also dropped in the middle of the day. So.
Oh, well, I figure everybody's waiting for BBCAN to end because I've seen like a couple people in the tag and they were just like, it's okay. So hopefully, it's good. I might watch it on my little road trip.
I'm telling you, it's good right now. All I saw was one episode.
You only saying that because of Davon. Yeah, let me go ahead and let
you
know. He's gonna be biased. He's gonna be biased about the show. The way I don't even want to cover it anymore because Eric is gonna be annoying about Davon.
Yep.
And this is me publicly saying that Eric is Davon's best friend, and she better be on the pod. I want to talk to her. I love Davon. Personally, I do love her. So hopefully,
love her.
I'm gonna be real. I don't even think I care about anybody else on the show because once Davon leaves, you can really wrap it up.
I like Natalie from Love Is Blind. She's sweet. I like her.
Don't remember.
With Cameron from season 1, yes, you do. She married the white man.
I'm about to see a picture.
Yeah, you do. From season
You said
1.
Natalie?
Yes.
Natalie from
where they know.
Love Is Blind, season 1. Her and Cameron. It was a big deal.
Lauren?
I'm talking about Natalie. Lord have mercy.
Man, not you to pull a Tracy. You said married Cameron. I'm like, Cameron was...
I said Eric. I don't know who no damn Natalie is. I don't know this woman. She walked down the street. I wouldn't know who
Why do I want to call that woman Natalie? And I said it with a straight face, with all confidence.
Multiple times.
Natalie, married to the white man from season 1. Like you, Lauren. Lauren. Sorry, Lauren.
Yeah, I love Lauren. Yeah, I love Lauren. So Lauren, oh yeah, Lauren is on it, right?
Yes,
I do like Lauren.
if Devon win, I really hope I really think this could be the one. I really hope, because they hating on her in the interviews already. I really think she won. Or she
See,
got
I
close
was
to it.
left to pull it up too. Like, who the hell is Natalie?
Yeah.
Everybody was confused.
The host is not my
yes, we will
favorite.
be covering that.
Yeah.
Oh, Tosh, I love him. He is so funny. He used to have a little TV show and used to do like little funny like commentary. He is
Oh,
hilarious.
please don't.
I used to watch
Tosh
him in college.
2.0.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He has done some funny stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I don't know if he's still funny, but I know way back when
he did a little couple funny things already on episode 1. So
he did one little thing.
yeah.
But all right, y'all. We will see y'all next for Survivor. Wednesday.
Survivor. We need to just figure out when we're gonna.
And we'll give y'all an update for Go probably Sundays, most likely,
or Monday, maybe Monday maybe, to give you some time to, because you're gonna be gone the weekend.
That means y'all should go ahead.
Oh no, I say we skip this Sunday. We could. I feel like we can do not this Sunday, the Sunday after, because I will be coming home off the road Sunday.
Y'all here, we're chaotic, so make sure y'all subscribe, turn on the notifications, follow us on Twitter, so y'all can get the notifications when we go live, because we don't know when
Eli said, shut the hell up.
It's time to go.
So we can get out of here. You're right. This week we probably do the episode on Monday, but Sundays will probably be the norm for the GOAT.
Josh says Monday because I'm assuming he's only free on Mondays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He may be free on Monday, so I think that'll be good.
Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening with us. For those who are on Twitter watching and listening, now I've been talking to y'all all season long. Y'all ain't over there on YouTube subscribing though. We see y'all watching and listening, but y'all need to go on over there to YouTube and subscribe to who are gonna be their podcast on YouTube. Please and thank you. And if you're not already following us and you're watching, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you use that at who all there. And we just appreciate y'all for hanging with us throughout this season of BBCAN12, because we remember when everybody's like, I ain't watching the season, I ain't in it. And we was like, we're going to shrug through it and we're going to make it do what it do. Even if it's 2 people in here, we're going to still cover it. And y'all been in here faithfully all season long. And we appreciate it. We can't thank you all enough. We do what we do because y'all here. So thank you all. We love you. Have a wonderful night, and we will see y'all next week for Survivor, and then the following week for the Survivor finale.
Yeah, about to go. Yep. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
We out.